Why the Strait of Hormuz matters, a tiny stretch of water that carries nearly 20% of the world's oil. From powering cities to fueling cars, this narrow route keeps the global economy moving. But what makes it so important, and what happens if it's disrupted? Every day, hundreds of massive ships travel through a narrow stretch of water, carrying one of the most important resources in the world, energy. This small but critical route is called the Strait of Hormuz, and even though it may look like just a thin line on a map, it plays a huge role in the global economy. The Strait of Hormuz is located between Iran and Oman. It connects the Persian Gulf to the open ocean, allowing ships to transport energy resources from the Middle East to countries around the world. At its narrowest point, the strait is only about 33 kilometers wide, and the actual shipping lanes in each direction are only about 3 kilometers wide. What makes this location so important is the sheer volume of energy that passes through it. Around 20 million barrels of oil move through the Strait of Hormuz every day. That's roughly 20% of the world's daily oil consumption, or about 1 in every 5 barrels used globally. In addition to oil, a huge amount of natural gas also passes through this route. Qatar, one of the world's largest exporters of liquefied natural gas, sends the majority of its exports through the strait. In fact, about 20 to 25% of global LNG trade depends on this single waterway. Countries in the region rely heavily on this passage. Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Kuwait, and the United Arab Emirates export large volumes of oil through the strait, supplying major economies in Asia, Europe, and beyond. Because so much depends on this one route, it is considered one of the most important choke points in global trade. But its narrow size also makes it vulnerable. At peak times, dozens of large tankers pass through the strait every day, each carrying millions of barrels of oil or gas. These ships must move carefully through designated lanes, often very close to one another. This creates a bottleneck. If anything slows down traffic, such as an accident, technical issue, or regional tension, delays can quickly build up. Even a short disruption can affect millions of barrels of supply per day. When energy shipments are delayed, supply can tighten and prices may rise. A small increase in oil prices can quickly affect fuel costs around the world. This impacts everyday life. Higher fuel prices can lead to more expensive transportation, shipping, and goods, from food to electronics. In a connected global economy, changes in one narrow waterway can affect billions of people. That's why the Strait of Hormuz is closely monitored by governments and industries worldwide. Keeping it open and stable is essential for global energy security. In the end, the Strait of Hormuz may seem small on a map, but its importance is enormous. It is a key link that keeps energy flowing and the global economy moving. Understanding it helps us see just how interconnected our world really is.